this meditation, we explore what lies underneath the challenging experiences, the uncomfortable emotions, and discomfort that can exist in the body. We create and hold space for what is here and allow for the energies to have the space to be integrated. Many times the intensity or the intense discomfort that can be associated with uncomfortable emotions or physical discomfort is often from our resistance to its presence. This can be noticed when you have a light headache that feels quite irritating, but when you get distracted or focused on other things, the focus on the pain or noticing the pain disappears. Often it's our focus on the discomfort and our desire for it to leave that increases the intensity of its feeling. In creating space to allow the discomfort to be as it is, and by opening our experience and our awareness to the layers that exist underneath, we can see that by simply opening to what is here, that it can allow for the system to relax and for us to find a deeper wisdom of what lies beneath. My name is Jen Berkelmans, and I will be your guide through this meditation. Meditation is the practice of quietly connecting to the deepest, wisest, and most connected aspects of ourselves. It's a time of sacred connection within, but also of allowing your outward experience to be just as it is. This is the perfect act of self-love. I look forward to exploring this time together with love. Taking your time to settle, getting comfortable in your seat, and allowing your body, your emotions, and your energy to settle in this space, to be as it is.
So where we may have been feeling hectic and irritated, agitated, distracted, perhaps using certain tasks, certain things as a way to distract us away from those feelings, that they become predominantly more noticeable in stillness. And it doesn't mean that they didn't exist before. It doesn't mean that they came out of nowhere. But simply that in our state of moving through the day, being distracted from to-do lists, from work, from family, obligations, commitments, that our mind had been focused on other things. And in stillness, there is less to focus on. And then we become immediately aware of any discomfort, of any irritation or agitation in the system, of any uncomfortable emotions. And so we come to stillness not to change our situation, to change our experience, but to open to it. bring it into our awareness. And it's that opening, much like a sunflower opens to the sun, where we just embrace what's here. We don't try to grab it, to push it away, to make it different, but to simply allow it to be as it is. And what you may notice when you do this, when you look at something in your experience and allow it to be as it is you may notice just a gentle relaxation that happens in the system. Often when we have these feelings of irritation or agitation in the system, and we're not as aware of them when we're moving and doing our dishes or getting groceries or cooking dinner, is we're resisting that discomfort to a certain degree. We're trying to push it away out of our awareness. Sometimes we do that through food or watching TV or something else that helps us to distract from the discomfort that we're feeling. And it is the resistance of the discomfort that can actually create this additional pressure underneath that discomfort that amplifies it and increases its intensity. If you imagine standing in a pool or a lake and you have a beach ball in your hand and you push that beach ball under the water, immediately you'll notice a pressure pushing back. And the longer you push, the longer you're using energy to keep it underwater. The further you push it under the water, the more pressure that pushes back. And what you'll notice is what takes the least amount of energy and where you feel the least amount of pressure pushing back is when you let go. And the beach ball pops to the surface of the water and the pressure is gone. Now it doesn't remove the beach ball. Now it's on the surface, it's still there, but we eliminate that additional pressure that happens when we try to push it down. And the same goes for our emotions, for our discomfort, for any irritation or agitation. The moment we let go and say, oh, you're here, it relieves some of that internal pressure that comes from pushing it away. And so we just open our awareness, open our feelers to what is here today. How is your mental state today? Where are your thoughts? What are your thoughts like today? Your thoughts scattered, distracted, jumping from one place to another? Do they feel busy? Does it feel like your mind is containing a lot right now? Just noticing the present state of your mind. Is there a lot of questioning or doubt? And we come from this place of we're just opening again to what is here. We're not here to make it wrong or bad, to push it away, even though we might feel that natural inclination. Well, that's not mine. I don't know why that's here. I don't want to be thinking that. And so we can notice that resistance to the discomfort And allow that to be here as well. And then moving to the emotional field and noticing what's in your emotional experience in this moment. What feelings are coming to the surface in this moment. Noticing which ones are quite obvious. Maybe there are some that are more subtle and less tangible. And that's okay too. Just allowing it all to be as it is in the moment. Naming each emotion as you feel it. What I often find very grounding and very helpful is to just simply say something is here. Anger is here. Frustration is here. Doubt is here. Rather than associating myself with whatever it is, making it part of my identity. Sometimes people will say, I am angry, I am frustrated, and they make it part of who they are. But the thing about thoughts, emotional experiences, even body experiences, they're just part of the experience. They're fleeting, they may come and go, but they aren't a permanent part of who anybody is. And so changing that wording is very empowering because we recognize that it's just here now. That it could leave in the next moment, it could change in the next moment. And it isn't a part of your identity. When instead we say anger is here, we're just recognizing its presence. We recognize it as a presence in its own right. That it has an energy, that it has a message, that it has a wisdom that we can learn from. And that by being here, it doesn't get to run the show. It isn't the show. It's just here. What I notice often happens is if we compare ourselves to a house, we would say, I am the house. I am me. But when we say I am anger, we're saying anger is the house. We're saying anger is who we are. When in reality, anger is simply a guest within the house. And that guest can come and go, can exit the doors, can leave at any time. And while we may not be in direct control of when and where the guest comes and goes, by simply acknowledging the guest, we allow it to be seen. And in reality, these emotions, these guests that are within our experience are just desiring to be integrated into our experience. They are an energy, and the way that energy works is it needs to do what it's meant to do and to move through. But the moment we stop it, it has no place to go and it gets stuck. And so the more we try to push anger out the front door, the more it resists and it gets stuck. But if we just allow it to be here without any pressure, it will often leave on its own accord, without us doing anything. So just opening to the emotions as they are. And next, bringing your awareness to the body, noticing what's showing up here today. Notice how your body feels sitting in your chair, or if you're laying down. All the points of contact. And go another layer deeper and notice any sensations. Sensations could be tingling, fuzziness. It could be a sensation of warmness or coolness. It could be tension. It could be discomfort. It could be a sense of restlessness. Be feeling of pain. And if you're noticing anything more intense, any tension or pain, what you may also notice is a desire to not be feeling that. Your mind is the first place to look for this, because it'll try to focus on something else. It might state that it doesn't want to be here. It might start thinking of other things, a to-do list. It might be thinking of how to lessen or control the pain or discomfort. And while there can be benefit in slightly shifting ourselves if things get too intense, maybe bringing in some movement, or even just readjusting, there's also benefit in just sitting with the pain or discomfort as it is. Just opening to it. Often our fear of the pain, of feeling pain, is so much worse than the actual discomfort and pain itself. And there are types of pain that are extremely intense, and I do not want to minimize that. I've had many injuries and chronic illness, and there are pains that are just so severe and so intense. Sometimes there's a pain within us that is just desiring to be seen, to be held. That has been locked away and pushed away for so long. And one of the most loving gifts we can give ourselves is to just be with that pain, not from a place of judgment or making it wrong, or making us wrong for experiencing pain or discomfort, or maybe we did something wrong or we're not doing the right things. And not seeking to control or change it. Sometimes our mind will go to, oh, if I do this, or maybe if I do this, it'll go away. Maybe I can get it to go away faster if I do this. But immediately when I think of that, and I was speaking that, coming from this controlling place, I felt a contraction in my heart. Because the more that we resist our experience, We're pushing away something that is within us, something that is desiring to be seen for a reason. And so often the most loving thing is to be with it in whatever capacity we can, even if it's just for a couple moments, even if it's through movement, massage, loving touch. But just bringing that loving awareness to our discomfort from a place of I see you. See you as you are. And I feel you, and I'm not going to run away from you. I accept you without trying to change you. And I love you unconditionally. This statement, I see you, I feel you, I accept you, I love you, is something that naturally came to me when I was learning energy healing, and I was connecting to the body and asking what it needed, and those were the words that came through. And I feel it is those words that we often either haven't heard or haven't felt, haven't experienced together, and are the things that we desire to hear from other people. And what I find is the things that we desire to seek from outside of ourselves are a beautiful mirror into what we need within ourselves. And so in this example, we desire to be seen just as we are. We desire to be felt, to be understood, to that someone who deeply feels and understands and isn't going to turn away because it's uncomfortable, but can just hold that space to be accepted without needing to change and to be loved unconditionally. These 4 things that are just so powerful. And so these little aspects within ourselves, our pain, our emotions, our discomfort, these parts of ourselves that we push away, part of our experience that we push away, they are a part of us in this moment, and they desire to be seen, to be understood, to be accepted and loved. And I find that the moment I repeat that statement when I'm feeling something extremely intense, I immediately feel this opening. It doesn't mean that the pain immediately disappears or that it just stops being, but that there's just a relaxation in the body. So let's just sit in silence and be with what is here for the next few minutes. Perhaps focusing on a certain part of the body or the breath as a centering point. Taking one last big breath in through the nose. And breathing out, letting it go. And going out into your day. Feeling connected to your body, to your experience. And knowing you can come back at any time to give space to what is with love.